Happy Workers' Day, Nigerians. Today na the 1st of May, and na Workers' Day. Workers don't come outside to tell us how this country supposed to be. How we suppose they do things for this country. Make this country for work for everybody. I go make una listen to one worker wey in name na James Ugochukwu. Him na member of a civil society organization. Him don't come outside tell us how this country suppose they appoint the INEC chairman, the national commissioners of INEC, and then the resident electoral commissioners of INEC. Abeg, make una help me listen to James Ugochukwu, a Nigerian worker. I'm gonna watch.
Let it be that if we need INEC chairman, we'll ask people to submit their application. The National Judicial Council should look at the applications, reduce the candidates to 3 or so, and of course, take it to National Council of State, to pick one of them and all that. These are the kind of things we are looking at, not the president just picking somebody out of recommendation from party members, and at the end of the day, we will start crying that there is a manipulation of the election or no manipulation. So we should take away that burden from whoever becomes the next INEC chairman. Let it be open for everybody to participate, and we choose INEC chairman. The same thing goes for REC. Like for instance, when they were appointing the last REC, now we raised dust about 4 or 5 of them, that have a relationship or allegiance with state government. Some of them have even contested governorship position and all that. Some of them are card-carrying members. We cried out to high heaven, but they still went ahead to allow these people to become REC at the end of the day. So these are the things we should not be dancing to and fro from. We know the right thing to do, and of course we need to tell ourselves the truth that this is the time to do the right thing. Because the thing is, if we keep on messing our electoral process like this, the whole world is watching, and we'll get to a point that we'll become a laughing stock in the Committee of Nations. And if we are doing an election, nobody will come because they'll be afraid of their life. They will be even concerned at what is going to change in this people's election that is worth even coming to observe and all that. And we'll just be isolated in the scheme of things.
James talk inside that video, say, all this one will go here, say, now president come out. They recommend somebody for president. Say, look, collect this person as INEC chairman. Say, that's in our rubbish. They come recommend the national commissioners, also recommend the resident electoral commissioners. Say, na rubbish. How party we sit down for power? You can recommend INEC chairman, recommend national chairmans, recommend RECs for states, and then una they feel like say, the elections or our elections will be free and fair. How possible? Now, waiting Ugochukwu, James Ugochukwu, they talk for that video where I just play for you. He said, look, open this thing, make it be say people they apply. When you want to have a new INEC chairman, open up, call for applications, make people apply. When they don't apply finish, carry all the applications, carry them, enter the National Judiciary Council. If you don't enter there, then that National Judiciary Council will help reduce the number to 3, and then forward it to the National Council of States. Now those ones now we can select who will be the INEC chairman, select who will be the national commissioners, select who will be the resident electoral commissioners. Through this process, una dey hear me? If una don't run them like this, that means say, who go get INEC will make sense. Who go get INEC chairman where in head they inside what they do. You understand? INEC chairman will not belong to any political party. INEC chairman will get sense. We go get national commissioners will get sense. We go get resident electoral commissioners will get sense. Only through this process. Gonna they hear me? Now so it's supposed to be. Workers are talking. The Nigerian Labour Congress, they now also come outside, tell these judges where they handle cases for inside the election tribunal. Say, look, we are prepared to create hall of shame for all of now. all of una wey would they use one eye like this, they look as irresponsible judges. Now this election tribunal, now you go confirm say you be irresponsible judge. I said they go create hall of shame for all of una. Abeg, make una help me listen to the Nigerian Labour Congress chairman as him take explain this matter. I'm gonna watch.
Is geared towards rescuing Nigeria, rescuing the judiciary. The judiciary is clearly down. The judiciary has set so many states and institutions on fire. The judiciary has set Imo State on fire up to now. People are asking, how can a person who is not a candidate of his party be declared governor? The judiciary has so many questions to answer. If they fail to answer those questions within a short time, we will create a hall of shame for those judges that come up with such judgments. And that will happen soon. There is need for the NBA, for all arms in the judiciary, with the bar benchers and all to speak out on what is happening in the judiciary. Without whether judiciary is still the last hope of the common man. Now the destiny of the country hangs on them. This is either they fulfill it or they betray it once again. There's a lot. The acronym go to the court these days is now shameful. When people tell you go to the court, they are telling you that that's the end of the matter. Somebody will steal your yam and say go to the court. On what basis are those statements being used? That's the level of ridicule that the judiciary has been brought to. And as Nigerians, we all need to come out to rescue the judiciary, or else there will be no need to continue to, go to court.
Him say they are trying to save the judiciary. Say what arrant nonsense. Say that phrase, go to court, they don't bastardize them. Person go open matter, you say go to court. Go to the Western world now and tell somebody go to court. You decrease. But here, person go just give morale, tell you go to court. What did they give them morale? Nobody know. They don't bastardize. Go to court. Now what did they talk for that video? Say look, it is no longer business as usual. When I go tell person, go to court. Like say court no go fit do anything. Say the Nigerian Labour Congress want to save that judiciary. Say you will be judge. You feel like say you go do anyhow. They go create hall of shame. All of our pictures and biography go dey there. When they hear me, listen, tribunal this thing sitting will continue on the 10th of May. 10th of May, 9 days from now. Now why did they cut this chain given her? Now why did they warn on her like this? Say calm down, do the right things. When they hear me, not be a case where we say person will not partake inside the election and call declare him as winner. Declare him as governor of a state, or person will come forth inside states. When I can't declare him saying I will win the election. They say, look, it is not going to be business as usual. If you want to joke with this election, no worry. Continue. Go ahead. We will collect all on our names and we will build a hall of shame for all of us. We will put all on our pictures with our biography so that history will forever remember Una. Thank you very much, the NLC chairman. Now, finally, this news won't make me laugh. In fact, it is laughable. This is what I want to tell you now. Very, very laughable. Federal government don't suspend national census identity. National census. This is what they do census now. This national census commission. You understand me? We will come count everybody inside Nigeria. Say that process. They don't suspend them. They say no. We are suspending it indefinitely. We want to suspend it indefinitely for now. So they want to shift the responsibility to the incoming government. I beg, make you not be like say they talk too much. help me listen to what do they call him? His name na Dr. Inowa Jalingo. Him na census manager with the National Census Commission. Make una listen as they take question this guy on top national TV, and make una hear wetin him talk. I'm gonna watch.
My question is, this postponement, was it not foreseeable? It was clear to many Nigerians that it would be very difficult to hold a general election in a year and at the same time follow up immediately with a population and housing census. And now we're just being told at the last minute, a few days, just a moment, a few days to the proposed population and housing census, that the Buhari administration now wants to consult with the incoming administration. After your commission has spent, as reported, 291 billion out of the 869 billion that you're asking for, and an additional 500 billion naira. So Nigerians are saying, yes, okay, you say you have done some things with our money. What is the guarantee that this money would not disappear into thin air? Now that we have been told that the census will be postponed indefinitely. How indefinite is indefinitely?
I can tell you that most of what we have said in terms of everything that we have obtained for the census, the tablets are there. They are going to be used for the census. The other things that are required for the census are still going to be needed for the census. The systems that we have developed are systems that are going to be used for the census. So I can tell you that whatever that is done in implementation of this census is on course and is going to be utilized for the census as soon as a new date is being received. We want to assure Nigerians that we are professionals and we have implemented the census in a professional manner, and that the President and Commander-in-Chief has the final say as regards census implementation. It's a national gigantic project that involves every Nigerian and involves everything as far as census taking is concerned. It's an exercise that requires that enumerators enter each and every household in Nigeria. It's by no means a small exercise. Census all over the world is stated as next to war. And I can tell you that the President, having taken this decision, have done it in the interest of the nation. And you are aware that elections that were scheduled to end, they did not end at the time there was an extension. And in the census process, every hour is important, every day is important, and every week is important. So whatever it is, the National Population Commission is ready, and I think it's not out of place to consult with the new government, and they have a buy-in in the process, and also to continue with the job. Like it's always said, government is a continuum, and it's not something that is going to end with this government. And the President believes in systems, and he has been working within the systems, and for that decision to be taken, I think it's in the best interest of the census, of the country. And we are ready as a commission and to implement the census as soon as we are given the go-ahead.
Okay, Dr. Jalingo, we've been told that the National Population Commission, part of the reason that this proposed national census has been postponed is because of funding crisis. We are told that you guys have collected 296 million, but you ran into problems with funding. Also, the Director of Public Relations was saying the federal government has released more than enough money. Okay, what did you guys do with the money? And how can we be sure, really, that whatever you have done, training of enumerators, procurement of, infrastructure and all of that, that whenever the incoming administration decides that a census should take place, that you guys will be able to account for monies collected and infrastructure procured. The infrastructures are there, and these are services rendered by Nigerian companies, and the internet connectivity that is required. The tablet are physical things that I told you earlier. They are deposited in the central bank for safety,
and they are there. Other materials that we feel that are not too sensitive and are deposited in the local government areas of the commission, and all these are verifiable. We have a dashboard system where we monitor the location of all our equipment, and I think Nigerians, or wherever they are, they have a local government area, they can go and verify those materials wherever they are. And the system that we have developed, they are systems that normally in census implementation, they require a time that you don't improve on them, and you seal them up, and they are going to be used for the census. As I can tell you, everything that we have developed for the census, every material that we have bought for the census is still going to be used for the census. And they are there, they are verifiable items, and they are physical items in some cases. And so we don't have any fear about their position or their inability to be used for the census. And like I've said, all these are developed and are prepared for the census. As soon as a date is given for the census, we are going to deploy that.
Una hear all the rubbish wey that guy talk for there? That Dr. Eno Wajalingo. Una hear the rubbish wey the guy talk inside that video. After this commission don't spend 291 billion naira out of 869 billion naira wey federal government sama them. And then they can't ask for additional 500 billion. So as they don't spend all this billy, now in federal government they come outside, they tell us they are suspending the national census indefinitely. I bet who give you that moral? Who give you that authority, audacity? After una don't spend all our money, una approve 869 billion for the National Census Commission. They don't spend inside that money 291 billion. They still can't ask for additional 500 billion. And now, just few days, because this national census counting, it will start on the 3rd of this month and end on the 7th of this month. Just few days, 2 days, just 2 days to starting date. We go end on the 7th. Now you will come outside tell us the census it no go happen again. Say na indefinitely. Say una need go consult with the incoming government to fix a new date. So all this money now where they don't spend, stories no go enter am abi. See, make I tell you now. Wanna go back to this date. You see all this money where they don't let's give this people. Relax. If Buhari come out for office and God permit Tinubu enter, they saw I'm in on the 29th of May. Una go hear another budget for national census. Let me talk am. Go back and somewhere. You go hear another budget for national. They go call another billy for this national census. Make I even ask una. When they come outside tell us they want to do this national census, they no get sense. How you want to do national census inside the same year when you do general election? When you don't spend all the billy 300 and something billion that you give an next, may they use go conduct election. After you don't spend all that money, you still want to do census inside the same year when you spend billy again. You no get sense. You don't know, say you no go work. Okay, now few days to the census, to counting Nigerians, make we know whether we reach 200 million. You come outside and tell us say you are suspending it indefinitely. So now the new coming government, now them go hand over indefinitely. Now you tell us say they suspend them, so you don't know the dates. See when you see the new government decide when to do them, and when I don't spend all this billy, they give una 869 billion. When I don't spend 291 billion inside, still can't ask for 500 billion additional. Then 2 days to carry out the exercise. When I can't tell us say, when I don't suspend them indefinitely, we be idiot, we be mumu inside this country. When I dey crazy, when I no get sense. We dey look all of una now. Una go still release billy again. We know now. Now so you go be. So fellow Nigerians, workers don't talk. You don't hear from the NLC chairman, the new one. You don't hear from. You don't hear from civil society organization, CSO, Ugochukwu James. You don't hear from these people. Now because say this country, it they touch them for heart, it they touch them for nipple. Now why they come outside talk all these things? Where they talk for a better Nigeria. So make government take time. Listen up and do the right things. They always see the madmen at this billy where they don't give una for census. When I say when I don't carry on, indefinitely. We dey watch all of una. Make una come out tomorrow, come tell us say, another money don add on top. Now where thunder go fire all of una. Una dey hear me? Fellow Nigerians, I go say una later. I beg. If you like this update, subscribe to my channel. I beg. Biko, Ejo, Da Allah. Subscribe.